GM Farcaster. It is Wednesday, December 13th, and you are here with Adrian and the Nounish Professor to bring you 21 minutes of Farcaster news to start your day. Good morning. Happy hump day. How you doing this morning, Adrian?
Good morning. Man, the morning comes at you fast.
Yes, it
Like,
does.
it's one of those mornings. Good morning, good
Yeah.
morning. How are
I
you? How's
I
everybody
feel you. It's one of
doing?
those mornings when you got a zillion things to do and it's only 8:30. I feel you. I feel you 100%. But we're gonna start with Outcasters for this snapshot 22. We hadn't talked about this yet the other day. It came out a little late, so I hadn't grabbed it in time. We have a lot of new user data here. We've got almost 5,000 new users since last week. I think it's even going to be bigger this week. We've got some suggested follows, and I don't think I made it into the top 30. I think I have been permanently off this list. But we've got some friends, K Mappy and Dewoofies, hanging in there in the top two. And did you make it onto this list? I don't see you. I don't think so,
I'm not
Adrian.
there.
You didn't make it. Didn't quite make it. And I think excluding replies, neither of us made it onto this list
No,
either.
I'm there.
Oh,
I
you're
am
there.
there in the
Okay.
second one. So
Yes, you
there's two
did.
separate,
Yep.
if you're getting Outcasters, there's two separate stats. One is like total activity, including replies. The Woofy reply guy, we got you there.
Reply guy.
And
Our reply guy. Our favorite reply
and
guy, Dewoofiee.
and then kind of most active, which I guess are top level casts.
Right. So
And
you're really good with that. You've always been on there. I don't think you've fallen off that, or if you have, it hasn't been for very long. Um,
I've had a few weeks, but if you look at
mm,
this, so like number 30, 27 casts. So if you can cast 4 times a day, you
true.
too can have glory and fame.
You too could have glory and fame on the Outcasters list. And then Outcasters itself, this week, some amazing images coming to us. Cover art by a Ghost Links this week. And who was our and David Furlong was the uh curator, I believe. I think it's what I'm looking at correctly. So we had some really fun. If you haven't seen Prop House, there's this little image of this little bubble-headed guy for Noun's Prop House who's been making the rounds. I'll explain that in a second. Some beautiful images, though, really impressive. And of course, a few memes thrown in for good measure. Um, Not a lot from Basil. Maybe next week. Maybe next week. Maybe it was too soon. But pretty
Maybe
beautiful, pretty impressive, per usual. So thanks, Ghostlinks. What were you gonna say?
I said
Maybe
maybe people at Art Basel were too busy having fun IRL
I
to
think that might
post
have been it.
photos on the timeline.
I definitely posted a lot later than I did,
Mhm.
while things were happening. It's hard to keep up. Okay, so the biggest news of the week, we've got a lot of new signups, and the recommended followers has changed. So Dan has a few thoughts on all the recent signups. Number one, to everyone new, welcome to Farcaster. Two, our top priority is growing Protocol DAO, daily active users, top request from devs. Three, until recently, top of funnel, getting people to sign up was the biggest issue. Four, new issue is retention. And five, we're going to keep experimenting here. So this has led to a little bit of a shift in the way in which suggested followers comes at this new flow. We talked a little bit about this the other day, but what we're seeing is that they're based on your channels. So wherever where you're casting in channels, that's becoming sort of, I am assuming, somehow attached to you, the user, as to what your interests are. And then when a new user comes along, their interests are going to be triggered by trigger channels as well. So, thoughts, Adrian? There's a lot of people have a lot of feelings about all of this, and I'm going to share some of that, but I wanted to get your feelings first. Feelings
Oh,
check in.
we've got feelings.
Feelings
I
feelings
love
check in.
it.
I'm pulling a little voice club here.
Oh, I love it. Nothing like a good algorithm shake up to cause some drama on the timeline.
Yep,
Um,
for sure.
so yeah, in the old days, like when you have a, cold start problem, new network, maybe your friends aren't here. It was always good for Workcast to provide, I thought at least. Here's 50 suggested followers, follow all. You can unfollow them later. I really enjoyed it when I came in because I didn't know where to start. Um, Warpcast, the Merkle manufacturer, they can't win no matter what they do. People will throw arrows because when they chose 50 people, these were the anointed ones. I mean, these are the ones we saw early
Right.
on that had kind of the 10,000 followers and everyone else working so hard to uh, develop organic followings. So now you're right. It's based on the onboarding flow with channels is people ask, what are your interests? Are you interested in, are you a developer, front end, back end, Ethereum, Solana, design, whatever, travel. And then, so it'll probably automatically have you follow those channels, but it
Not you.
will, but it will
Not
also,
you. That wasn't you. My son just came in the
okay.
house and he wasn't
All right.
expecting it. He was being loud. I was like,
Okay. Sorry.
not you. Sorry.
For those listening in on video, Nounish Prof just shushed
I
me,
just,
but on video, but it wasn't to me, so I'll keep talking.
it wasn't to her. Sorry about
um,
that.
oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
So right, so now it'll have you auto follow channels based on interest, which is a good onboarding flow, and
Great.
it still wants to give you 50 users to follow, and it'll kind of based on
But it's
who's
gonna be based on
active.
your channels. It's gonna be based on your interest, which is based so then there'll be channels, and those people will be somehow connected with those channels. Am I getting that right? I think.
That's right.
Yes.
There's probably a
Okay.
mapping that is not transparent. We don't know who it is, but it's here are people who post high quality, often, probably frequent high quality casts and channels are associated, and that's your top 50. So if you are, yes, so we had a lot of new users come this week.
Crazy, crazy.
People got a lot of new
So
followings.
and then we have people who are getting a lot of new followers who maybe were unexpected, and then others who maybe expected to get a good percentage of that following and didn't. So I think that was pretty interesting. Um, and, what we saw was, a few people, a little bit of upset with the way this is working. Jack, does anyone know what change is driving these follower count explosions? I know CBW campaign is running, and it seems like it was also coupled with a new onboarding flow all algo. Some accounts I did not expect to be skyrocketing have, and some I did expect to have not. And then we did have some data around this with the Adune dashboard from Pixel, top followers gainer in the past 7 days. And to me, it didn't look that different than our usual. Like it had Vitalik and DWR on there, Greg, Jacob, etc. But maybe again, we might be seeing a little bit of a lag, and maybe next week's, if we look at next 7 days, it might be a little bit different. And then of course, Doofy always with the with the great takes. Condolences thread for everyone who is no longer a notable personality in Farcaster. I'm with you, friends, but also um forced channel posting in shower thoughts is making me realize most of my thoughts are probably shower thoughts. So to which I said, oh, that would be interesting to see how the algo treats that. Which interests trigger shower thoughts, whale suggestions. So what I meant by that was it would be interesting to see if the person or people who post the most in a channel like that, which doesn't have a very clear theme and topic, like if that then somehow influences the interests that are triggered for that channel. I don't I that was like a very convoluted thought process, but it might be overthinking it tremendously. But I thought it would be, basically can Dwoofy become like the culture creator of shower thoughts if he's the one who keeps, posting primarily in that channel. So I don't know. I don't know.
No, no, he can't. You're giving you are giving these guys way too much credit. Not to Woofy, love you, but I don't think there's some sophisticated dynamic
Okay.
algorithm. I don't think shower thoughts makes it to the list of interests. I'm
No.
sorry. So
Okay.
so
Damn it.
yeah, there's a hierarchy
I
of channels and shower thoughts is probably not making it.
It's
But
not
to your
making
point,
it.
culture, right? There probably is something they could do if they wanted of like, you know, something about culture and fun and good personality people that you want to, just kind of the interesting people, the most interesting people
Not
on
not
earth.
su not suggesting we would be on that list, but, suggesting we might be on that list. Um, so, yeah, that's a great point. So there could be something like that, and I necessarily don't know how you'd cultivate or, curate that, but that would be interesting to see who would be on there. So that's been primarily the big talk of the town, but we also have a few other things going on. Seeing a lot of requests how to create a new channel. I mean, hey, because people want to, again, might be trying to game the algorithm there. Permissionless channel creation coming by end of December, hopefully soon. So that's a nice thing coming. Also, this stat country breakdown on Warpcast signups for the last 4 days. US is usually the top, but post permissionless, we had a larger percentage of signups from Asia. Nice to see South America and Europe in the mix. So we've got a lot in Brazil, Spain, Poland, UK, Italy, France, and Netherlands. So we've had some shifts there, which was interesting. I wonder I'm not sure what's driving that. If there's a particular conference that was going on where maybe it was driving some of these signups, but that are outside the US, I mean. So I'm not sure though. Any thoughts on that?
Would it not be Coinbase Wallet?
It should be Coinbase Wallet, but I'm not sure where. That makes more sense to me if it's US. And US is still the largest one, but I was looking at some of those other countries and wondering what's driving that, and I'm not sure. Again, it could be just Coinbase Wallet and where they're most active. I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
it's
I mean, I
interesting.
would assume Coinbase Wallet is used outside the US as well too, but I don't know. But
Yeah,
GM
I mean
everyone
it
and
is. And GM,
welcome
yeah,
everyone. Welcome everyone on planet Earth.
welcome,
Where'd you
welcome. We're
come
glad
from?
you're here. We're glad you're
How'd you
here.
find us?
Everyone on planet Earth, we're glad you're here. I'm trying to catch up on the chat too. You guys are all so active this morning, and welcome, welcome. We love having you guys in the chat. So jump in, watch us live, and we have a lot of fun with these folks. Okay, moving on. Toli, one of the co-founders of Solana, did an AMA yesterday, I believe that was. And did you have any particular questions? Did you have a chance to take a look at that and any questions pop out at you that you thought were interesting or that captured your attention at all, perchance? Or
I
anyone in
didn't
our
have it.
chat as well, if there was anything
Yeah,
that jumped out at you?
I have a challenge for someone in our chat. Go check out Toli's followers. Check out Toli's follower count and um, and then tell me you're still complaining about not being a celebrity co-founder of Solana. Um, at least when I checked. Anyway, on Monday, I know he's new, but he's new
Brand new,
and he
brand
had
new.
under 300 followers. So,
Yeah,
and I think he's doing all right.
yeah, he's
This is
doing
in
just
my
fine.
perpetual quest to make sure people know they're not getting their self-worth out of their number
Out of
of
their follower
followers.
counts.
Um,
Your follower count is not your self-worth. Self-worth.
that's right.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
no, I read it, and it's interesting because I think Farcaster is definitely an Ethereum. It tends to be, I think, Ethereum
Yeah,
community.
yeah,
But I read through like every AMA that's ever been done. It's incredible, just really, really thoughtful
yes.
questions and answers, and you can read it like sit down once it's all done. It's cool to be there live and just kind of read through the questions, and they were great.
Yep, and I mean, I think that's what's really special is you definitely get a different level of AMA on Farcaster. So, but that is interesting. I hadn't thought about we are very Ethereum connected. So it does tend to lean that way, but it's good to see branching out because it's really about all of crypto and anything related to blockchain. I don't think it has to be
Yeah.
Ethereum, specific. I think all of that, flows very well. So, but it is interesting to see something new, and Solana's popping off, so that's a lot of fun. Moving on, we've got warps can now be used to mint NFTs on web. So this was mobile only at first. So now you can do this on the web as well on your laptop. So a new feature. Chris co-created. Thrilled to announce login with Naynar on co-created. So his channel. one-time on-chain transaction anywhere in the Nanar ecosystem, and you can then log in as many times as you'd like across all the apps. So I assume this could be done for anyone who's creating a app or permissionless channel, I'm guessing, the way that Chris has done. So that's kind of exciting to see this development. I believe what was happening before is you'd have to use warps each time or pay each time, and that was getting obviously not sustainable. So nice development there by Nanar. Um, just checking our chat there real quick. Uh, what else do we have going on? Oh, this was amusing to me, and I'd love to get your take on this, Adrian. Ted's favorite first date questions. I love her first date questions, and she's adds to them because I've seen some of these before. Do you trust the government? What are your thoughts on Marxism? Do you know who David Freeberg is? What do you think has replaced traditional religions and religious identities? Do you like the ocean? What or who is your enemy? And then this is the part and why I pulled this is that Ray's Ipsa replied, favorite first date question I asked myself, would I invite this person onto Farcaster? Great questions, lonely answers. LOL, it's rough out there on these streets. So I thought that was really interesting, way to think about it. And it could even be from somebody that you've just met and or deciding if this is someone you want to hang out with. The forecaster. Okay, maybe. What did you think about her questions, but also that one? Is that a
um,
good dating question now
yeah,
in these
don't tell
streets?
anyone, but there have been people I've not wanted to invite here.
Ooh,
So
interesting.
there are people that don't want to get invited. I want to. Ted is incredible.
I know.
I want to come back and date her. I wanna,
We love Ted. We love Ted.
yeah. Um,
You
I
know
don't
what's
know. Call
interesting?
me
I
old fashioned, but I was like, my first date questions tend to be a little lighter.
a little bit. Me too. A little bit. Just a smidge.
I'll,
Just a
I
smidge
save
lighter.
those, but
I think her ocean one was definitely appropriate, especially since she's a surfer. But the rest of them were a little bit heavy for me. Although I have to say, one of my favorite date questions when I'm sorting out is favorite Star Wars episode because it can tell a lot. And the first thing I can tell if they ever say Phantom Menace, they're either way too young or there's something seriously wrong with them. So it's time to run away. So this can be a good sorter. It's like a
what if
sorting
someone's
hat.
not? How do you feel about someone not into Star Wars at all?
Yeah, see, I found that out. We've got a problem because I found that out the hard way after I was married. A couple years, I found out that my husband, now ex-husband, had never seen Star Wars, and I'm like, if I had just known, it would have answered everything. It made sense. It,
Wow. Okay, so these are important screening questions.
these are big screening questions for me. Yep. Just I know it's weird, but I found that this can actually be a good indicator. And now my new one will be, would I invite this person to Farcaster? So, and if the answer is
Hypothetically
yes,
speaking,
yeah.
would you ever start a venture or talk show with someone who wasn't super into Star Wars?
Uh, Hypothetically speaking, yes, I would.
That's
Would
good. Just we would just won't get married.
we just won't get married, Adrian? Have you seen Star Wars?
Of course.
Okay, so that was the problem. I found out a couple years later that he had never seen Star Wars. It wasn't even that he didn't have an opinion. It's like I'm like, "What?" But anyway, moving on. Luckily, he doesn't watch this show. Um, I don't know how we got on that, but Ted, we do like your questions. They're phenomenal. But maybe just a little lighter, please. But or on love on leverage. Ted has questions for you to use. Um, okay, and then we've got Antimo. I'll just come out and say this. I'm jealous of y'all's 10K plus counts. Okay. What do you think about that? Like to me, like follower count is so not unimportant to me that I don't get too caught up in that. But what do you I know we talked about this just a little bit ago with Mr. Co-founder of Solana with like, hardly any followers yet, because he's
Yeah,
new.
that'll change.
That'll change. But yeah, what are your thoughts on that? Like jealousy of 10K follower accounts. I don't have 10K followers, so not even an issue for me.
Um, I mean, my consistent, it just no jealousy, no jealousy.
Yeah,
Um,
Jomo.
Antimo is he's amazing. I think he's got a decent number of followers and he casts a lot and he's going like, and I don't know, people are playing different games, but I love him. I love his content and
Okay,
um,
so give Antimo a follow. We'll get him to 10K soon enough. And Monkey Links, okay, love Star Wars. You're allowed to be in the chat. You're now an official VIP. I'm just kidding. Gonna have a special VVIP for those who like Star Wars. Um, and I finally figured out how to get into our VIP chat, so that was good. Okay. I lost Antimo. Oh, Cameron. When no channel. So do we need a no channel? I believe that's called random or shower thoughts. Also, Nichols has some Warpcast engagement tricks. Post more so followers see your cast more often. These tricks are really not that tricky. Post to channels so non-followers see your cast more often. Post things that people like so your cast gets suggested to their followers, and convert followers on other networks to Farcaster followers to increase your reach. Pretty straightforward, good common sense. And I just realized we are over our time. I didn't realize that 21 minutes went really, really fast today. Um, and we didn't talk about our backgrounds, but really quickly, you're sporting the Varcast Her channel background, and I just grabbed today's purple token. That's what's up for auction right now. So I wanted to mention that if you are looking to join purple, there you go. It looks like I have this crazy hair, and I kind of like it, or some kind of headdress. So, all
beautiful.
right, little showgirl. I got a little Vegas showgirl action going on today.
Wait, I don't know
And
what's going on. I don't know what's going on in the Unlonely chat, but there's things raining on my screen and I need to screenshot it really quickly because all I see are GMs and Farcast hers.
that's funny. I
So
see
we
it
are always,
too.
yeah. So we're 21 minutes past. Did we cover everything? Because I have
We
to
did.
run it.
We did.
I have to go run carpool duty and take a kid to school. So
We did, and we are done. And thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful day.